I think the hardest part about this neurodivergent thing is coming to actually realize you're neurodivergent. I feel like that has been the hardest thing I've had to accept um, over this past year or so. Like really accept this is who I am. These are my strengths. These are my limits. But mostly like these are my limits. Like I did I just got out the shower. I cried. Um, I watched something on TikTok that was talking about. It was like a short, like some sort of Disney short, and it was like about this girl, this nonverbal autistic girl, and they were canoeing or something like. I think it's called Loop or something like that, and it made me really emotional for a few different reasons. I She reminds me of my cousin. I have a little cousin that's a lot like her. But for myself, I got a vision of myself. And if you've ever seen The Men in Black, I believe it was the first movie where they had went to that uh, one of the bodies these aliens were controlling. It was a little small person, and when they pressed the ear, the head opened up, and you saw this little small alien controlling this body, and he's surrounded by like levers and like TVs and all these different doodads and gadgets to be able to move the body. And it's a similar scene like that. I see myself in a room. I might get emotional. I might start crying. I see myself in a room, and I'm surrounded by computers and what you call it, keyboards, and it's a dark room. I don't even know if there's an end to it. It's just all dark around me, and I'm just sitting in the dark, surrounded by computers, like 360s computers all around me. I'm in a chair that I can spin around, and I'm like tapping, 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 da, 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 and I got pieces of paper and writing, and just constantly problem solving. I'm in the shower. I had a cry, and the first thing I could think of, okay, is like, how can we fix it? So like, again, I'm very logical. Um, I'm a one, two, three step type person. So I'm like, well, if this is this, then what can I do to fix this? Like, what is the next step? Okay, if this is this, then this must be that. And if this is that, then it's just like boom, boom, boom. I can see my mind just like, blah, 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 just like going down the list of logic. And I really started crying, really like boo hooing. So I'm this girl in this room constantly trying to figure out what's wrong with me and how do I fix it. I've been like that all of my life, just trying to find ways to fix it and really taking a hard look at how I view myself, because this world, especially being a millennial, I feel like we really got the butt end of it all. I feel like we were prepared. We were being prepared for a future that didn't really exist anymore. And I have been operating at 150, 200% all the time. If everybody's top is 100, I'm always at 150, 200, just to be able to keep up with how everybody else does things, to be able to just live life and work. And I feel like I never was able to achieve what was expected of me, in the gifted and talented classes. Oh, she has so much potential, but she should try harder. Oh, she can do this, but she doesn't focus. Or she can do that, but it's always but. It's like you need to be more. It was just never enough. I was just never enough for this place, for anybody. It was just never enough. And I realized that is the core of how I see myself. Just never enough. No matter what I do, what I accomplish, what I try, it's never enough. And it really isn't. Like, it really isn't. Like, you like, oh, well, it's enough. No, it's really not enough for these people. It's really not enough for this place. And I've just been trying to solve the problem of how can I use what I have to give the illusion that I'm enough. And it's maddening. Like, and I really thought about it, and I really cried about it in the shower. It's maddening. Like, I drive myself mad with trying to figure out how to be more. I don't even give myself a chance to really be here with myself and see that I am enough right now. And it's like, how could you believe that when everything around you is proving that wrong? And I get it. You are a combination of your thoughts. The universe rises to what you believe. I know that wholeheartedly. It's not about proving anything to anybody. It's not about being anything for this world. It really is about seeing it in myself first. And most of the time, I just don't see it. It's not about what I can physically do. Or maybe it has been for a long time, but that's not the answer. It's not about what I can physically do. It's about really just seeing it for myself. And I hadn't been able to see it for myself. I still don't see it. Because it seems like no matter how I put the pieces together, no matter how many times I run the simulations in my mind of what I could do and who I could be, it's just never fucking enough. Sorry, I had to pause for a second because my phone is dying, but I'm exhausted. I am truly exhausted. It's not even about like, oh, what I literally cannot do it anymore. I cannot be whoever I'm expected to be. I feel like because I don't look like anything is wrong with me, then I'm expected to do everything like everyone else. And there's nothing wrong with me. I just have to do things in a different way. And then when I look at what I have, that's always been an issue. Always. It's like when I look at what I have, like what I have at the core of me, what I can do, and what I'm here for, I have my thoughts, writing, and my voice. Those are the three things that I've always had. And I've never been able to figure out how that can be enough for having a life here, having a good, prosperous, successful life. Now, another person can see that and see those talents and what it is that I can do and be like, oh, I can make that into whatever. I wish I was them. I do. So I just can't see how any of that is enough. And I guess that's where spirit and the supernatural will have to jump in, and faith will have to take the wheel. I can hear that little girl in me just like, it's not fair. It's not fair. I feel like I was given a lot of great ingredients, but no recipe. No recipe on how to make it work, and I've been trying to figure out for years how to do that unsuccessfully. And I feel like the universe and spirit and the people around me have been filling in the gaps where I fall short. And I'm grateful for that. But it's not fair. I think that the little girl in me that has been silenced for so long is really, she's like right here. Like before she was like right here, she's like she's like right here at my mouth. Like she is not shutting up. And over the past few days, I've been really sitting with myself, forcing myself to sit with myself and hear what she has to say. And she has a lot to say. She's very angry. She's very angry at me and everybody else. She's very sad. She has a lot of sadness around what I've done to press down myself. And just coming to terms with that. She is so loud. But anyways, I'm not really sure what the fuck the point of this video was. I just felt like talking. Thinking about that video, that little girl. I feel like her, but in a different way. I feel like her on the inside, but then you have this well-spoken person on the outside, and no one sees that little girl and how she struggles to keep up with everything and is expected to do everything, but she's so overwhelmed, like so overwhelmed, and my mind just can't put it together. I kind of feel like, and this might be a stretch, but I kind of feel like Moses, when God is telling him he's gonna lead all these people out of Egypt, and he's like, nigga, what you mean? And that's not me trying to mock anybody, but he had a speech impairment. He stumbled his words a lot. And people have a hard time listening. He's like, how the fuck am I supposed to lead anybody anywhere when I can't talk? Facts. I feel that shit heavily. I also feel like Jonah. Was it Jonah? That was my favorite book in the Bible. So John, I'm pretty sure it was Jonah. He was trying to tell them people about themselves, and they like, fuck you. He like, you want me to go to these fucking people and tell them what? I can't stand these motherfuckers, you know? That was always my favorite book in the Bible, because I understood. But that's kind of how I feel. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to do these things that spirit is having me to do in the future when I don't know how to make this work now? And I remember my mother was asking me something about music many years ago, and I told her, I'm waiting for something. She's like, what are you waiting for? You know, what is there to wait for? And I feel like I understand what I meant. I didn't understand what I meant when I said it, but I feel like I understand now. I feel like I'm waiting for a different version of me to arrive. To be more balanced, more okay with oneself, more okay and one with self, confident and strong and just fully in her body. I feel like I'm waiting on that person to arrive. to be able to do the task. And while I'm here, I understand that my role is to do the best I can and heal and do the steps that allow me to become her. Maybe she comes in a few years, maybe she's here right now, or maybe she comes tomorrow, bitch. I don't fucking know. But I don't feel like her today, that's for damn sure. What I'm here to do is so grand. I don't understand it. I don't. Like, I see it. I look into the future. I see this amazing woman. She doesn't even look like me. Like, she looks like somebody else. Like, I don't even recognize who this person is. But I know she's me energetically and inherently. But I'm like, who the fuck is that? What is she doing? Like, certain things she does, certain people around her, I don't understand. I don't understand it. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, how is this supposed to be that when it just don't, does not compute? And so I really don't know what else to do with my time except be here with me and listen to this little girl scream her brain out. Listen to her be frustrated and angry and just let her get the shit out. And it's really hard and it's miserable, honestly. Who wants to hear that shit? That's why I buried it 30 years ago. 20 years ago. That's why I buried it then, because I didn't want to hear it then. I don't want to hear it now, but here we are. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm tapped out. All the computers in my brain are running hot. There's no more simulations to run. Yet I'm still trying to, because I don't know what else to do. I don't know how to do life any other way, to be honest, except for just figure it out. I imagine this is what scientists feel like when they're working on one problem for their whole life and they die without ever getting the answer, only for someone to come up behind them a year or two later and either get the answer or figure out that what they were trying to prove was unprovable. Like, it was wrong anyway. That's kind of negative. But anyway, my lips are so dry. I didn't drink enough water. This is how I feel. And I know somebody's going to get this. Somebody's going to see this and, like, I feel you. Maybe somebody in the future. I don't know. Anyway, love you. Bye.